Hey there, it's Andy from Loves to Travel here, and I'm going to show you something I did when we were in Hawaii and has become a basic staple of leftovers in my eyes. So you might remember us having poke bowls down in Hawaii. Well, we're going to make like a homemade budget version of that you can make at home with leftover rice, as well as things you might have in your fridge that we like to stock up on personally. So obviously the first thing we need for this is going to be our leftover rice. You can use fresh rice, but for this it's going to be like leftovers, like quick and easy in the microwave. So we need leftover rice. Today I'm going to be using this sashimi grade raw salmon. You can cook the salmon if you want, if it makes you more comfortable, but you have to make sure if you're eating it raw, it needs to be sashimi grade. We're also going to be using some seaweed salad, some kimchi. We have this Lobster deluxe imitation. You can also use crab. Usually we get crab. We're feeling fancy today. And some soy sauce. So first things first is we're going to cut the salmon because it is way too big for what we're doing. And as a warning, salmon is a bit oily, so it'll get all over your hands and anything it touches. So be careful what you put it on, essentially, because you're going to have to do a little bit of work to clean it off. We're going to take it out. And I'm just going to cut this in half to make it a bit more manageable. And now I'm just going to I'm going to cut this in half down the spine line and use about this much. I'd say it's like about 3 or 4 inches of salmon. And we're just going to cut it into strips like this. So we're just going to continue to cut these into strips like so. And if you're cutting salmon like this, try to get in one smooth stroke. Because if you try to like seesaw it like this instead of one smooth stroke, it'll start like messing with how the salmon is laid out and it'll change the texture. You want it to be as smooth as possible. One swift stroke is all you want. There you go. So that is our salmon prepared. And next, we'll just heat up the rice. So what I like to do with rice is I will take a paper towel and I will just wet the paper towel. So I have a wet paper towel. I'm going to put it on the rice like this, and this will help maintain the moisture of leftover rice, because sometimes when you microwave rice, it gets all dried out. It's like not the same texture as when it's fresh, but this will help keep the moisture in. So we're going to microwave this real quick. Put the rice in the microwave for about a minute. Now I'm going to open up this lobster pack, and we don't need to do much prep for this. This packaging is a little tough to open sometimes, but there we go. We're probably going to take about let's say about 10 pieces of this lobster out. We don't need too much because we already have the salmon to complement it, but that's all we need lobster-wise. So now we can start decorating the actual bowl. So we're going to put the lobster on top and put the salmon on top as well. We have our kimchi. We'll put this on top as well. I'd say about this much is fine for this portion for one person. And then our seaweed salad. We don't want too much of this, you just want a little bit for color and for a change of texture every time you want it. So I'm going to take out about this much, plop that on top. And now finally, we'll add the soy sauce. And we want to put that directly on the fish. So we're just going to pour it on the lobster and the salmon. And there you go. That's our poke roll. Alright, so now we're going to try it. So I'm going to take a piece of salmon, grab some rice. Perfect. Try out some of the lobster. Get some rice with it as well. Also very good. So when you want to change the texture, you can just grab like a little bit of the seaweed salad like this. Get a little bit of a palate cleanser before you go back for more. So you can do this with multiple different types of proteins. Like I'm using fish here, but sometimes I'll just put like a fried egg on top. Other times I'll pan fry some tofu, put it on top as well. You can even put the tofu in with the rice in the microwave it that way. I would also use soy sauce on both of those, but you don't really have to. There's other seasonings you can use, but it's like this is just a simple example of what I would do with what we have in the house sometimes. And we get the fish because both me and my mother love fish, so we just always have it on hand. I appreciate you watching this video. If you would like, comment, subscribe, leave in the comments like what do you think about this, what do you think would go well onto this poke bowl. Thank you for watching.